What is up, my beautiful gems? It's your favorite booty guru, Crystal. Booty guru? Is that gonna catch on? Anyway, I have been seeing several comments lately from many of you who have tried everything I've been sharing on my channel about how to gain weight. This video is specifically for you because I know what it's like to hit a plateau and to not know what I'm doing wrong. And believe it or not, it might be as simple as eating less. There are two kinds of people who are on a weight gain journey. The person who's willing to go to the gym, lift heavy, and eat right, and the person who wants instant gratification and are just lazy. If you are person number two, then you know I'm talking about you in this one, okay? Weight training is essential to lifting your glutes and building your glutes. A lot of people on a weight gain journey are trying to also build a butt. They're not just trying to gain weight all over, they want to shape their body. I was the same way. I didn't just want to gain weight and just be thicker. I wanted to have a nice body shape that I was aiming for. But be my guest if you decide to gain weight and not get a butt. But do not complain when you see all these other people on a weight gain journey building a butt and you're like, why do I look like that? I've grown over 5 inches around my hips, and you know why? It's not just because I was eating more. It was because I went to the gym and I was lifting heavy. What was that? Even if you just work out for 1 week from home, you will see a difference. Your butt will start to lift. Newbie gains happens when you are super new to working out and your body is not used to the changes your muscles are experiencing, especially if you start off skinny fat like I did. For example, a lot of you guys who are watching this, I would think are skinny or skinny fat and don't have to deal with the layers of fat between you and your muscles. So even if you work out for a few days, you're gonna notice a difference. You're gonna see your body start to take shape. Work the right way, not the fast way. I've done several workout videos of me literally building my butt, lifting weights at the gym. And those are the workouts that are gonna give you something round, something sexy, and something lifelong than just taking a Creatine. So watch those videos, you know, make a new tab with them so you can watch them after this one and check it out and actually apply it to your lifestyle. Okay, think about this. When was the last time you asked yourself how many calories you're at during your day? You don't do that, do you? Yeah, that might be why. That might be why, sis. If you're not doing that, then you're probably way under the amount of calories you need to be at in order to see progress. Because if you're not tracking your calories, you're just guesstimating or you're just not caring at all, and you're only eating enough to stay at the weight you're at. You just have to track how many calories you're eating, and if you're eating under the amount that's going to help you gain a pound or a pound and a half or 2 pounds a week, use apps like MyFitnessPal to make sure you're on track every single day. Honestly, I was definitely guilty of this too, which is why I plateaued before taking a Creatine. I had a really tough time sticking to a schedule, and the only thing that I think could help you with that is meal prepping. An active lifestyle will keep your weight low. When I say active, I mean you are logging on your Samsung Health app or whatever health app you have on your phone several minutes every single day of you actively moving. You are constantly doing more than say someone who has a sedentary lifestyle. That's gonna keep your heart rate pumping throughout the day, and it's going to make sure you're burning fat regularly, and that's great if you are eating enough. But if you're not eating enough, then any type of weight that you gain is going to go right back down. If you're someone who has 10 jobs and you're a full-time student at 5 different colleges, chances are you're not gonna gain weight. I got mad respect for hustlers like that, but the problem is with your basal metabolic rate, you're not going to ever catch up and make sure you're gaining weight that way. I'm not saying drop fitness because that's clearly what I stand for, but if you're doing weight training where you're building muscle more so than you're burning fat, then that's gonna help you at least see something shape out, whether it's your upper body or your lower body. HIIT workouts are great when you're cutting fat. HIIT workouts are also great when you're maintaining your body and if you want a slim waist. If you're starting from nothing, like if you don't have a butt, like if you are like this and you start doing HIIT workouts where you're moving all kinds of crazy, you're gonna stay like this. But if you're doing workouts that are activating your glutes, that are making sure your glutes are being built, then you will have more of a curve. And when you do HIIT, guess what? Your fat's gonna still be burning, but your curve is gonna stay there because that's muscle that's not gonna just go away from HIIT workouts. If you keep eating the same thing and you keep seeing the same weight on the scale when you step on it, or worse, lower weights, then you gotta switch something up. This is especially for people who really don't switch up their diet too much. If you have something that's more leafy, go for more carbs. Carbs are not the devil. I don't care what anybody says. I think carbs are not the worst thing in the world to have, especially if you're gaining weight. Like if you're gaining weight, that's a great way to kind of up your pounds a little bit. Your macros should be divided based on what your goal is. Like at one point I had high carbs and high protein, very low fiber because I was gaining weight, and I saw results that way faster than doing it any other kind of way. But when I was trying to cut, my fiber went up, my protein stayed the same, but my carbs went down. Some people carb cycle too so that they can cut fat. But if you're trying to gain weight, you're gonna do the opposite of people who are trying to lose weight and up your carbs. I like to keep my carbs as simple as possible just so I'm not eating processed foods and I'm not having bloating issues, because that will happen if you have processed foods regardless. So if you want to have a really smooth transition into your weight gain journey and you don't suffer the gut that I did, then make sure the food you're eating is healthy, and of course you're working out. If you're eating too many anything that's keeping you regulated and pooping all the time, then that's probably a sign you're not going to gain weight that fast. Do yourself a favor and be 200% honest with yourself. You are just not disciplined. And honestly, that's better to admit than to say, I just can't gain weight. No, you can gain weight, but you're not putting in the work. And it's honestly probably for the best. Right now, it might not be the best time. You probably have so much going on that you can't sit there and meal prep. That might be insane to some of you to even hear, but some people's lifestyles are just that busy and they have to be for that moment or for that season or for those next couple years because of what they have going on. But when I was in school, the last thing on my mind was working out. I promise you, I was really, really small and I was also fat at the same time because I just ate whatever was convenient, even if that was McDonald's, if that was some pizza, tacos, whatever. I just ate anything just so I can be alive, because that was most important for me so that I can focus on my education, graduate with that degree, and get the hell out of university. And that's not to say college students can't do fitness and school, because you absolutely can, and I've seen a lot of people who've done it. I just really didn't think it was that important back then. But at the same time, remember what Drake said, we make time for the things that we want. If you're playing yourself and you're saying, oh, I'm too busy to do this, I'm too busy to do that, but you know you can actually sit there and work out for 30 minutes in your room instead of binge watching YouTube videos, you playing yourself. You know how you say you gotta have Netflix because Netflix has that one show that you're obsessed with, or Hulu? For me, it's Maid's Tale or Maiden Tale, whatever that show is. Right. Same way you're sitting there saying those same things about what you need to have in life is the same way you should feel about your weight gain journey if you are serious enough. If you're not serious enough, then you're gonna keep finding yourself to be in the same place. I'm telling you this because this is exactly why people do not change their physique. You have to find ways to push yourself, and that's all mental. Like, it starts up here, and I didn't realize this, but weight gain journeys, fitness journeys, whether you're losing weight or gaining weight, it all is going to challenge you up here. If you're always stressed out and you notice you're the type to instead gain weight, you're losing weight, then this definitely applies to you. If you are stressed, just give yourself some TLC every once in a while. I know I enjoy, and I mean seriously enjoy, giving myself some pampering. I am very prone to getting stressed out, and that really affects my health and both mental and physical health. I do whatever it takes to de-stress and decompress, and sometimes that means getting a little bit more sleep, making sure you're eating enough, giving yourself the right kinds of foods that makes you happy. Yeah, cheat days. Cheat days are important. I don't care what nobody says. By the end of the day, if my mental is happy, it shows on my body. I definitely gain what I call happy weight when I'm just happy. It's just something that I think a lot of people can relate to. If you are in a good place in life, you kind of just look fuller in the face, you look happier, you know, your flesh is glowing. You kind of carry on the symptoms of a pregnant woman, and I think that's like something biological with women in general. And on the other side, if you are ill or experiencing some type of physical ailment of some kind that's causing you to not have an appetite, the only suggestion I can legitimately give you is to talk to your doctor, because any advice I would say would not be accurate, and I would be really uncomfortable telling you what to do. It could be that your sickness just needs to be rode out, and once you ride it out and you're ready to start eating right again, you're ready to start going to the gym and lifting heavy again for your glutes, that's when you should do that. But right now, just worry and take care of yourself, take care of your illness, because that could be the reason why you're losing a lot of weight. If it's none of those reasons that I just shared with you guys, it's absolutely got to deal with your genetics. I mean, if you're doing everything right, and you're still struggling, genetics is probably what is causing you to stay so skinny. Doesn't mean that you can't ever change, so don't worry, but you're gonna have a tougher time to gain weight than everybody else who's just naturally skinny and somehow is putting on weight. You might just be super skinny. And if you are, maybe you should look at options like Maca root and the Creatine if you feel like that's something you want to try, because that is really what's going to help you get past that first hump, and that's going to kickstart off your weight gain journey more so than just doing it the traditional way. Wherever you go and purchase your Creatine, make sure it's a legitimate source. I was just informed that there are some people who are scamming a lot of customers from a Creatine, y'all. It's crazy out here how people are just trying to make quick money, but be very good at researching who you're purchasing your Creatine from. I can't say that enough. Just be good about that, because some people are out here really jacking from y'all. And I would say start off with Maca root powder. Start off with something that is natural, that is derived from the earth. If your genetics have kept you skinny your entire life and you're ready to get some curves, just like I was, know that it's possible. I definitely did not look as curvy as I do now for years. You know, most of my life I was definitely that skinny black girl who was just always pointed out for being so tiny. When I talk about body image, I know it's a very touchy topic and some people get in their feelings, they get insecure, think that I'm talking about them negatively. Know that when I'm talking about my journey and my experience, it is isolated. It is not about anybody else feeling or looking some type of way worse or better than me. Being skinny was something natural. I didn't work towards that. I just was. And I wanted to look at myself in the mirror and go, dang, like I put in work to look like that. That's naturally because I went and put in work at the gym, or I went and put in work in the kitchen. That was me researching and learning and doing better and better and getting results. That's my whole reason why I went on my weight gain journey. I just want to clear that up in case people got the wrong idea. A lot of people who are on a weight gain journey want the same thing, and I hope y'all took something from this. If y'all could do me a solid when you subscribe to this video, if you haven't already, subscribe, but hit the bell. When you hit the bell, make sure you get all notifications, because my new uploads are suffering. I'm sharing so much information with y'all and nobody's seeing it. So if you want to keep consistently learning and putting in work for your weight gain journey, and not just any kind of work, but work that's been proven, and just make sure you catch up on all my uploads by watching the playlist. I'm gonna link it also in the card here or something. But yeah guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you again for watching, and right after this video is posted, I'm gonna be commenting down below. So let's have a conversation, let's keep it respectful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
I'm a buff baby, but I dance like a man. She a nice lady and she shaking her yams. Spent the whole summer trapping out the sedan, marching with the bands cause I think that I can.